GN, can you define what hate and anger is? What does it do to us when we feel it?
Okay. Anger and hate are both forms of madness. I don't know about today, but in the old days, you wouldn't say I'm angry at you, you would say I'm mad at you. So what's happening? Why is it madness? Because when you get angry, what do? You turn into something other. People punch holes in walls, people punch holes in other people, people stab each other when they're angry, people kill each other when they are full of hate. It's absolute madness, and that's all you can really say about that. When you hate, when you are angry, you start to fill your body with adrenaline and all sorts of other chemicals that are doing you harm. So when you are angry, when you are hating, you are actually destroying your body. It's a very silly thing to be doing to yourself. Where does it come from? It comes from holding tightly to an image of yourself or to a belief structure that you adhere to very, very strongly in association to your identity. Now, that sounded very fluffy and silly, but I'll explain that. By the time we get to a certain age, by the time we start to mature, we have an image of ourselves. I am this. This is what I do. I am a father. I am a brother. I am the boss of a company. I am a worker. I am an employee. I live under that flag. Therefore, I am this nationality. Etc., etc. It becomes an identity. You have a certain idea of yourself. If you are narcissistic, you would have very grandiose ideas of yourself. Let's use a narcissist as an example. You might have a narcissist sitting there very, very happily drinking a cup of coffee at a cafe. If you start to tell that narcissist that they look a bit feral, or they smell, or you don't like the look of their face, or you don't think they're very intelligent. Basically, you say anything that doesn't match up to the image that they have of themselves, they get angry because what you're saying doesn't match up with their truth of themselves. Therefore, what's the words I'm looking for? It doesn't match up to their programming. What you're saying doesn't match up to their programming of what they think of themselves. If you type something into your laptop that's not agreeing with the processors and the computers and the programming of your computer, your computer's not going to work properly. It may even damage your computer by putting in the wrong information. So by talking to someone who has an image of themselves, by talking to someone who has that doesn't have a handle on the reality of their being, the way they are. For instance, if someone is a spiteful, nasty, aggressive, self-centered person, but they don't see that in themselves, in their mind, they think that it's you that is silly, it's you that's stupid, you don't understand them. It's not possible that any fault could be in them. This is how they see things. And if you tell them otherwise, if you start pointing out the problems that they don't want to know about, it's running against their program. It's running against what they think of themselves. And just like your computer will stop running correctly, at that point you can say that your computer has gone mad. Same thing happens in a human ego. When you start saying things and pointing things out that's not matching up to that person's view of themselves or their program of themselves, they start to go mad. The computer starts to go awry. And this is where hate comes from, and this is where anger comes from. And the result of that is you've poisoned your system. And if you don't have any self-control, you will hurt somebody as well. I think that's all of it. That's the answer.